When you're a part of the dance program, you participate in and out of school activities. They also are very good in giving you volunteer hours if you're interested in NHS, because you are doing so much out of school volunteer dancing and performances.
So in my level of dance, we have performance dance. So I'm in the performance class where we kind of create dances with Rulim and just work till the dance show. And then she also has dance 1 and 2, dance 3 and dance 4, which are just different levels of learning, like everything about dance, the history about dance, and all the techniques.
In this program, it's broken down into 3 different levels. There's TV Studio 1, where you're learning how to edit, you're learning how to use a camera, and you're producing a movie. In TV Studio 2 and 3, you are more behind the scenes. You're working with the cameras, the lighting, the audio, the teleprompt, and you're making and producing the news for the school.
In Drama Club, we put on performances, musicals and plays, all types of them, such as classics to upbeat pop. We learn to better ourselves in our characters, go into depth with them.
I'm part of the Long Branch High School Marching Band, Symphonic Band, and Jazz Band. We learn how to read, perform, and interpret music, and we perform for many crowds, and we go against other schools and bands to compete and win awards.
So we spend most of our time rehearsing and trying to get the songs that we learn to the highest level of proficiency possible, because we perform in 2 major concerts in the year. We have the winter concert, which is holiday themed songs, and then we have the spring concert, which is more general music, and we have 1 big competition per year, so a lot of our time is spent just rehearsing and getting the songs to the highest level we can get them to for when we perform.
In piano, we learn how to play the instrument, we learn how to read sheet music, and we also learn how to perform in front of other people.
In music technology, you learn how to make music with loops, you learn about music coding, and you also learn about time measurements, you learn about different notes and how they work.
Graphic design, we come up with ideas. It could be from anything from logos to posters or websites, and we design them on the computer, on Photoshop, and basically we just portray what we think is most visually authentic to see.
So in foundational art, you're learning the skills, so it's a step-by-step process, high focus. It's a little bit more skill-based, so all of the skills you learn from foundational art, you'll be applying them there and doing more advanced stuff. And then AP art, it's more freelance, so all the skills that you learned, you do your own work on the side, and you're critiqued every 2 weeks.
You start with a concentration, and by the end of the year, you're expected to have 15 final pieces done, and you'll submit whatever you can to the AP group to analyze, and they'll give you a score from 1 to 5. 5 is the best, 1 is the worst.
So I'm part of the engineering field, so we take 3 different classes. The first class is for the freshmen or just anybody starting engineering the first year. It's Intro to Engineering, and Mr. Harrington teaches that. It's basically a class where you go on the computer, you do CAD, and you just learn all the fundamentals of engineering.
The second course of engineering is Principles of Engineering, which is chemical, electrical, civil, and mechanical engineering.
And then the third year is civil engineering, where it's more based on building and more of our architecture kind of type.
In the future, I'd like to be a nurse, and the PLTW program gives me background knowledge in going into nursing school.
The second year was Human Body Systems, which consisted of an in-depth study of each body system. The third year is Medical Interventions, which focuses on different kinds of treatments for different diseases. We are currently learning about vaccines, which is a way to prevent diseases.
In this program, largely we code and we program our own games. The first week or so, it's basically just vocabulary and very simple coding processes. And then over time, after about the second week, that's when you go into a website called Scratch and you actually start learning how to code. It's not difficult. It's fun. You form a really close bond and friendship with a lot of the people in class. And it's just a great intro course to a college course. It really prepares you for college, I think, with the work that you're doing, combined with the terminology that you're learning and the skills that you're building. And yeah, it's just a really great course that really gets everyone interested in game design and problem-solving skills and technological and programming skills.
Advanced placement benefits you because it is since they're so hard and like it's college level courses, there's a lot of work in it, so you have to basically have a lot of time management. You have to know how to like focus and be with yourself and know what you're doing in the class. It allows you to be serious about it and make sure you have all your work done in time, and it's a very challenging course, so it challenges you to take a step further in the course.
Students learn how to stand against injustice and become stronger leaders in a more just society.
We have career classes like marketing, sociology, and entrepreneurship. And in these classes, they prepare us for careers outside of high school, and they're more like modern-based careers, something that isn't really offered as much. And along with that, in the school, we have more community-based activities.
So ROTC is a character development sort of program. It builds character, it builds trust, it makes you a better citizen. We have a lot of different trips we go to, including the McGuire Air Force Base, different bases. We fly planes, we spin rifles. A lot of the young men coming into high school would love that, and the young ladies as well. And it benefits outside of high school because if you were to join the military after, you'd be able to make more money than if you were to join not knowing anything at all.
Our uniform makes us stand out in the crowd, holds us to a higher expectation in our school here, and we just go on trips, air shows, drill competitions, you name it, we can do it.
Team Pep is a program where we teach freshmen about how to practice safe sex, build healthier relationships, and it helps us build our leadership skills since we teach freshmen 4 times a year and we conduct basically lessons.
This program impacts my future because I will see healthier relationships and less teen pregnancy, and it also helps me with my leadership skills.
Basically, we just compete with other schools and we discuss like policy issues, and you're either on like the negative side or the affirmative side, and you know, we just debate different topics and stuff. Well, it helps you with your public speaking, and also it makes you more politically aware and like what's going on in society.
Well, the NHS is a group of well-rounded students who excel in leadership, academics, athletics, and community service.
In Math Club, we compete once a month, and once every week we meet and practice problems and challenge ourselves to learn new things.
Big Brothers Big Sister program is a program where you get mentored by older role models. The role models mentoring us are Monmouth Medical Center's workers. I'm currently being mentored by someone who hires the nurses. This program definitely benefits my future because I do want to be in the field for medical. So it like opens up my mentality of like what's going on. So it tells me like the differences of the type of nurses and the type of fields that there are in the medical.
So the purpose of PGC is to interact with the freshmen in order to build a welcoming and comfortable school environment. The purpose is to teach these freshmen healthy decision making, as well as build up their confidence to be able to participate in the Long Branch High School community.
In Robotics Club, we do a lot of programming, coding, and we build robots.
Gills USA is a professional organization where only a handful of students are picked to compete at the state and national level in film. So what we do is we go to these competitions and we're given a prompt, and we have to do a 30-second promo based off the prompt we're given.
In student council, we do what's best to help our class, such as fundraising and volunteering, such as giving back to our community through collecting donations for the holidays.
In FCCLA, we do baking, we do bake sales, and for sewing, we do small projects like pillows, and sometimes like sewing other fabrics together.
We play chess, we practice our techniques, we hang out with our friends, and newcomers, they learn chess with our teacher, Mr. Barrett, and yearly we do a competition where we play in a tournament against each other, and then we can we compete for a prize.
In FCA, we meet every Wednesday morning at 7 in Miss Kai's room to talk about Christ and more about the Bible.
In French Club, we analyze French movies and the importance of them to understand the language more.
In this club, we did a lot of volunteering, and we also learned about like virtual live surgeries, and in those surgeries we learned about like human anatomy, and it was very interesting.
What I gained from TSA was it opened me up to other engineering fields, and it helped me think of creative ways to find solutions to different problems. To incoming students, I would suggest to have an open mind and to really emphasize teamwork, because any idea works.
It prepares you for business majors and marketing classes, all of that. You could go into competitions and win scholarships and much more. The advice I would give incoming students is to just enjoy being in there and be creative. Take your business side out of you.
The thing I gained from being a part of Indirect Club is that I was able to better understand myself. I realized that I enjoy helping others and participating in my community and taking care of the environment as well. Students should take this one, number one, because it's good morality. You get to help others, and that's self-rewarding in itself. You also get volunteer hours as well. You can use that if you want to take in NHS your junior year or senior year.